again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for our initial due diligence video on Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG, where we're going to try to determine is Big Lots stock, ticker symbol BIG, a good stock to buy now or not? Is it one that we want to buy short-term, long-term, for a long-term investment, or not, or avoid? So again, we'll do our standard initial due diligence on Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG, and stick around for the conclusions towards the end of the video when we'll take all of our due diligence analysis and we'll try to make a decision as to is Big Lots stock, ticker symbol BIG, a good stock to buy now. So again, stick around to the end and we'll try to draw some conclusions that we hope will help you determine is Big Lots stock a good stock to buy now. Okay, let's start by taking a quick look at Big Lots homepage at biglots.com, and I'll leave the direct link to their homepage in the description box below so we can kind of get a feel for what they're all about, what they're targeting. You can see they're targeting Christmas already. This is as of October 12th, so you can see it's already pre-Halloween and they're already pitching Christmas pretty hard. So we see that obviously they have holiday stuff, they have Halloween stuff, mattress, furniture, fall decor, food, electronics, mattresses. Again, holidays, again, they're already starting to pitch Christmas, and this is early October already, so you can see they're gearing up to try to make Christmas as profitable as possible. Again, furniture, bedding, mattresses, dining, accents, etc., bargains. They do have a loyalty program, a frequent shopper program that you can get discounts that I'm a member of, have been for a long time. We'll talk about that more towards the end of the video in our conclusions. So again, pitching Halloween stuff. Then also, this was interesting, they have a Disney pop-up shop, so they must have some kind of deal with Disney to do pop-up shops, so that's, attracting families, children, etc. Here's all their categories, so they've got weekly deals, coupons, mattresses, patio, home decor, home storage, bed and bath, furniture, grocery, toys, clothing and accessories, household essentials. And then they've also got a charity pitch that they're making as well. So gift cards. So again, another opportunity. Rewards cards. Again, that's their loyalty program. And then it looks like they're also doing a leasing opportunity as well. So that's interesting. And they have a credit card as well, gift cards. And then we can see they have a decent social media presence. So hopefully that gives you kind of a good overview of all the things that they're selling, what they're targeting right now. Again, you can see holidays, Christmas, Halloween, Disney, families, again, and then there looks like they've got a kind of lease, rent-to-own type of, or even just a leasing opportunity. Again, they're pitching furniture, and we'll talk about again, our experience in Big Lots and their store merchandise. So we hope that helps. And again, I'll leave the link to their homepage so you can explore this in more detail on your own in the description box below. Okay, if we do our due diligence on Big Lots Incorporated, ticker symbol BIG and ChartMill, I'm on the profile page for Big Lots and ChartMill. I'll leave the direct link to their profile in ChartMill in the description box below. We can see a quick overview of their ratings. Their technical analysis rating right now as of October 11th, 2022 is very poor, 0 out of 5. The setup is also relatively poor, 1.5 out of 5. Fundamental analysis, again, relatively poor, 1.5 out of 5. Valuation 2 out of 5, profitability 0 out of 5, growth 2 out of 5, health 1.5 out of 5. and it has an average dividend. You can also see a quick overview of their daily chart. We can see it's been in general decline. It has a downward sloping trend line that seems to be providing resistance. So it tested, broke through briefly, failed, got rejected off of that trend line, and then also descended. It broke down through its moving average, and again now we see a little steeper declining trend line, declining channel. So again, it got rejected from that declining trend line and is in further decline. And we'll look in the chart in more detail in a minute. We can see it's got a market cap of about 501 million. It's losing, looks like it must be losing money because its PE is NA. It does pay about a 7.7% dividend. Forward PE is about 9.8, so that's pretty positive. In general, here's their profile. Big Lots Incorporated, operation of retail stores. They're based in Columbus, Ohio. Operates about 1,400 stores and an e-commerce platform. They've got food, consumables, soft home, hard home, furniture, seasonal, apparel, electronics, and other. Beverage and grocery, specialty items, pet. Got health, beauty, cosmetics, etc., chemicals, decor, frames, fashion bedding, utility, etc., small appliances, home maintenance, home organization, toys, and furniture, and then also seasonal. So they've also got apparel, electronics, etc. So pretty broad retail. Okay, if we look at the stock chart for Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG in more detail in ChartMill. Again, the daily chart, we can see that descending channel. It's acting as good support and resistance. We see the moving average is kind of in the middle of that channel. We can see a further descending trend line narrowing that channel more recently. So again, we can see it's bouncing off the lower trend line as support, getting rejected from the upper trend line as resistance, and it's been an overall descent. So if we look at the zoom out, look at the weekly chart. So we see it had a nice run up into mid-2021 and has been in pretty steep decline since then. So we see this declining trend. We can see it's below its moving averages. Again, pretty much a steep decline since about mid-2021. We see a lower bottom down here that should provide another support level. We zoom out again, look at the monthly. So we see, a support level somewhere in about the 15 level was previous bottom. So that should provide a long-term support. We can see it's bounced off that level several times. So that looks like a really good support level to watch. Okay, if we look at the technical analysis tab and data in ChartMill for Big Lots, we see right now as of October 11th, 2022, its technical rating is 0. It says overall performance is below average. Also recently, it's not that positive. Both medium and short-term pictures give negative signs. And we can see those descending trends. It's got good volume, so good liquidity, but short-term trends negative. Other stocks outperformed. In retail, it's underperforming, trading in the lower end of its 52-week range, and it's got a wide range recently. So we can see some support and resistance levels. So we've got resistance at 18, 1937, 2168, 2740. And we see the setup rating is currently pretty poor, 3 out of 10. Does not present a quality setup at this moment. Price movement has been too volatile to find nice entry and exit. Probably a good idea to wait for consolidation. So we see all the recent trends have been negative. The moving averages are declining. So again, it's trending downward. We had a very short-term positive there. See, average volume is about 800,000, 900,000, etc. And its ATR, its true range is about 1.12. So if we look at the fundamental analysis tab for big lots in ChartMill, we can see again as of October 11, 2022, fundamental rating of 3 out of 10. So it's profitable, financial health, have multiple concerns, and it has a correct valuation and a medium growth. So again, we see it does have a positive for dividend. Health is kind of poor. Growth is a little below average. Valuation is below average. Profitability is very negative. So again, profitability showing 0 out of 10, has negative profitability right now, so they're losing money right now. Return on assets is negative. Profit margin is negative. And therefore its Petrosky score is poor. So again, right now they're losing money, which is very negative at this point in time. And it's underperforming the industry. Again, very negative at this point in time. So valuation is only 4 out of 10. So we see price to earnings is forward price to earnings is only 9, so that's pretty good. Current price to book is good. PEG ratio is neutral. EBITDA is neutral. And again, they reported negative earnings for the last year, which is pretty negative. So the valuation is outperforming in general. EBITDA is neutral. So the growth rate right now is 4 out of 10, so a little below average. Earnings per share is expected to grow 17%. Otherwise, most of their revenue earnings is pretty neutral and has decreased the last year. So their last year, their earnings has been bad and their revenue growth is decreasing. So if we look at that, we see they were positive. It went negative in the past year. It looks like it's going to be negative for several years and maybe out in 3 to 5 years, turn positive. So again, the near-term outlook is for, again, negative EPS, negative growth, or negative revenue. So that's pretty bad, pretty negative. So we see the yearly revenue peaked around 21. Went flat, and then is going to go decline and then stabilize, but only achieve a little bit of growth in the future. We see 22, 23 for earnings is expected to be pretty bad, and a recovery in 24, but again, not reach a better position until 26, 27. So again, very negative. Just based on this already, it's not looking very good as a long-term investment or long-term hold. So the health, 3 out of 10. Debt to equity is good. Current ratios, all those are neutral. Altman Z is neutral. So they don't have a serious solvency issue, but again, it's not very positive. Quick ratios is pretty negative. So again, they're losing money. They're below the industry average, so it's less financially healthy than its industry peers. So that's, again, a very negative. Their debt is outperforming industry peers, but all their quick ratios and Altman Z are either average or below average. Does pay a dividend, 7%, which is better than the industry peers. It's probably, again, why they're trying to attract investment based on their dividend, given their negative EPS or negative revenue projections. And has negative earnings. And it looks like their dividend has also been cut, so that's a negative as well. So you can see their income peaked in 21, free cash flow peaked, dividend paid, and then now their income is dropping, free cash flow is dropping, and the dividend's staying the same. So that dividend got cut, and it seems like it might be at further risk. So again, all their profitability are negative, health below average. Okay, if we look at the analyst ratings for Big Lots in ChartMill, we can see currently it has a 51% buy rating. Average mean price target's about 19.6, so about a 13% upside. It's got 16 analysts, so it's got decent coverage. Hasn't changed much, and again, it's got decent coverage. Median price target again 21. So 23% upside. The high is about 26, 25, so 50% upside, but the low is 9, so it's got 50% downside. So again, that risk reward profile from an analyst rating standpoint is not very good. Got some downgrades, maintains, market perform, hold, underweight. So we got one strong buy, no buys, 7 holds, 7 sells, and some strong sells. So again, not very bullish, pretty bearish in general, and only a 51% buy rating. So we see, a bunch of sells started coming in relatively recently, and the buys tended to drop off. So if we look at the ownership structure for Big Lots in ChartMill, we could see institutional ownership. It doesn't look like a rational number, but we can see a majority of institutional owners, and we could see only a very small percent of insider owners, less than 3%. See, again, the float, shares outstanding is about 29 million, float's about 26.5 million. Again, insiders own 2.8%. It's been a positive change recently. We see institutional increased recently, and then it's been pretty stable. We see a few insider sells in the past several months earlier this year. Looks like those were just grants. So the last open market sell was in April. So again, pretty high institutional, very low insider ownership right now. Okay, if we do our due diligence on the stock screen on the online browser version of Webull for Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG, we can see in a long-term chart for Big Lots, the bottom's around 9. See, currently it's broken down through a long-term support level. It's currently sitting at 17. It's got plenty of upside up to almost 70, so there's plenty of upside opportunity. Downside maybe 8 or so, and again plenty of upside, but it's recently broken down through that support. So just again, from just looking at this chart, I would want to see it hold some level of support and turn back up before pursuing it. So again, that's just from initially looking at this chart and the risk reward profile and the support and resistance levels we can see there. So now if we do our due diligence in the lower pane in Webull, we can see you can get a description, again, their homepage, etc. You can see recent news. So it looks like it's been heavily shorted recently. It looks like they partnered with DoorDash recently. Again, you can get recent news here. If we look at their financials, so income looks like it's been decreasing and went negative, so that's pretty negative. Balance sheet, again, they missed some estimates, which is negative, and it looks like it's declining. Again, cash flow went negative. Looks like it's going to recover, but they're missing estimates, which, it's the stock's going to get beaten up when they miss estimates. Again, financial ratios below estimates and now negative. If we look at their income statement, again, very negative. Their net income went negative. It's very negative. Revenue peaked in Q4 22 and then decreased and looks pretty flat. And their operating income went negative. Again, all very, very negative in terms of, near-term projections for their income. Balance sheet, their debt level looks pretty stable. But again, since their revenue is decreasing, their debt-to-asset ratio is going to increase. Operating cash flow, again, went negative in Q1 of 23. Again, negative and not recovering very quickly. So they've lost money on investments. And their financing, they've got positive financing at this point. Look at the analysts in Webull. Webull says they have 9 analysts. The consensus is a hold. Looks like 11% strong buy, 56% hold, 33% underperform, no sells. So we can see right now the current price is $17.32. The average price target's only 19, so not a lot of upside in terms of the average price target. The high is only 25. So again, from an analyst standpoint, there isn't a whole lot of upside, and their low is 9. So 8 down, 8 up or so. So the risk reward profile is pretty neutral, balanced at this point from an analyst standpoint. See press releases, corporate action. So this will show their dividends. So you can see they're paying a 30-cent dividend quarterly. So again, in this corporate actions, you can see when their dividends are paid. The last ex-dividend was September 8th. So one would expect the next ex-dividend date to be 3 months from then. So about December 8th or so, 8th, 9th, etc. It is optionable, so you could write covered calls against a long position in Big Lots to generate additional dividend for yourself. So again, Big Lots is optionable. So again, you can write covered calls, generate some additional income if you're waiting for it to turn around and recover. So if we look at a little bit shorter time frame chart for Big Lots, again, we see if I look at, here's a 3 month, I could look at a 1 year, we see that steep decline. It did have some bounce up earlier in July-ish time frame. So there was some opportunity to, for a short-term scalp, short-term swing. So that may be an opportunity at some point. But then we can see it decline, broke down through a support level. Looks like it tested that pivot point there, got rejected, bounced down. And so it looks like it's in general decline. And again, right now it's kind of sitting at that pivot point, sitting in a pretty neutral position. Just a quick reminder that as of the recording of this video on August 16th, Webull is currently offering up to 12 free stocks if you open and fund a new account in Webull. This is the most number of free stocks I've seen Webull offer. I don't know how long this offer will last, but if you're not already using Webull, here's an opportunity to get 12 free stocks. You can find our affiliate link to Webull in the description box below, on the About page on our YouTube channel, in the link section. Okay, if we do our due diligence on Big Lots Incorporated, ticker symbol BIG and FinViz, and I'll leave the direct link to the profile for Big Lots and FinViz in the description box below. Take a quick look at their chart. We can see there's a pivot pivot point somewhere around 32, 33. We see this downward trending channel very clearly. We can see how that's acting as support and resistance. It's pretty much bouncing off the bottom and the top trend lines of that channel. We see it's also below its moving averages, trending downward. If we zoom out a bit, again, we can see that it ran up into mid 21, peaked out in the 773-ish area. It's been declining ever since. It broke down below its moving averages, and now that 20 is acting as a resistance point, testing that moving average, failing, trending down. So again, we can see a very long-term downward trend. Again, we can see that dramatic peak. We can see it bottom previously in 2020, around 10, 12, 1275. Currently, it looks like it's forming a little bit of a tweezer. We might find some support in that 15 area, so that 15 area might be a decent support at this point. And if it doesn't hold that, then it could drop down into the 12s or 10s. So there's plenty of upside, potential upside, if it can turn around and hold, get a stable bottom, stable support. You see right now they're losing money, which is very negative, particularly, going into a recession with high inflation, etc. The fact they're losing money is negative. They do have plenty of sales, 5.8 billion in sales, 507 million market cap. You can see it pays a 6.9% dividend. It is optionable. We see the analyst recommendations, the sentiment's very negative right now. Not a lot of debt, which is positive. Price to sales, price to book is positive, but they're losing money, so their PE is not showing. Got 28 million shares outstanding in float, so that's consistent, very, very heavily shorted. So potential short squeeze opportunity here. It's 34% shorted, so watch for a short squeeze. That might be an opportunity if you're a short-term day trader, momentum trader, etc. If you're looking for short squeezes. Target price only 19.25, so not a lot of upside from a target standpoint. And you see the range, so it's got a bottom 15.19, so it's close to its 52-week bottom, and an up of 52, a high of 52. So again, plenty of upside. It just needs to establish and hold the support. So if we look at news, it's down since last earnings was negative. Their last earnings was negative, even though the loss was narrower than expected. Their revenues fell, so that was negative. So again, poor earnings. Their last earnings were poor, so watch out, for the next earnings report. Chief Merchandising Officer was terminated without cause for disappointing quarterly results. So, they need to replace their merchandising officer. That could be a potential positive catalyst. Again, inflation issues. So their profile, again, Big Lots Inc. It's a home discount retailer, so they're in the discount segment of retail. Products such as furniture, upholstery, mattresses, case, seasonal, patio furniture, gazebos, seasonal Christmas, fashion, utility, bedding, bath, windows, home decor, rugs, food, beverages, grocery, candy, snacks, specialty foods, pet, health and beauty, cosmetics, plastic, etc., small appliances, apparel, electronics, jewelry. So they had 1,431 stores in 47 states and an e-commerce platform. So again, only a U.S. Operation, not a global operation. We look at their revenue decreased. Costs look pretty stable. EPS, though, really dropped off. You can see a steep decline in EPS, which, is very negative. Again, quarterly, revenue decreased a little bit. Costs increased. Are relatively stable. Gross profits decreased a bit. And their EPS has really dropped off recently. So again, very negative short-term outlook on Big Lots from all this data. So if we do our due diligence on Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG and Seeking Alpha, and I'll leave the direct link to the profile for Big Lots and Seeking Alpha in the description box below. Take a quick look at their chart. We see a pretty steady decline for the past year or so. We see negative EPS, negative earnings, which is negative. We see their dividend about 7%, short interest very high, 36%, market cap about 500 million, volume about 823K. Take a quick look at analyst reports and news. We see the Big Lots and DoorDash partner for online on-demand delivery of home essentials. Q2, it soared after Q2 earnings, but still not a buy. Big upside, tradable low, but not a value stock. Cautious, but now cheap. So we see their earnings beat, but it was negative. Revenue beat. They have a 30-cent dividend. Reversion to mean. These are earlier, January, February, December. So we look at their ratings. So pretty much consensus hold. Valuation's very positive, A, so it's cheap. Growth's very poor, F, and profitability is C minus, so a little below average. So if we look at the annual revenue, see it peaked pretty much in January 21 and it's decreasing into 23, maybe stable in 24 quarterly. Again, peaked in quarter 4 of 22, is declining into quarter 3 of 23, and then it looks like a recovery in quarter 4 of 23. Similarly for earnings, it was positive. They went negative in Q1 of 23. It's quite negative through 23, and it looks like they might recover in Q4 of 23. So looks like this is, a turnaround recovery play, but in the near term for the next year or so, their earnings are expected to be negative. Their revenue is expected to be declining. So again, just from that data, it looks like, a recovery turnaround play, but in the near term, it looks, the outlook looks pretty negative. Again, revenue's negative. Growth is small, 3%. Price to book. Their returns are poor, negative returns. Again, that's poor. Total debt, they got about $2 billion in debt, so that's a little concerning given that they're losing money. They've only got $50 million in cash, so again, with negative earnings, negative income, negative return, they may be at some risk of having to raise capital. I would watch out for that. Dividend yield, so almost 7%. Payout is negative. Last ex-dividend date was 9/8. Again, it's a quarterly dividend. About 823K shares. Average volumes 1.2 million shares. Shares outstanding is about 29 million. You see their dividend growth history here. It's showing relatively stable. Ownership's heavily institutional, almost 94% institutional. Got some VC funds at 4% and insiders at 2%. So again, very little retail presence there. Should be pretty stable ownership. in short, very high, 36% shorted. Days to cover is 8, so again, a potential short squeeze candidate. Its beta is only 1, so it's going to move with the index. Its Altman Z here is showing pretty positive. 3 is good. It's not showing any solvency issues, so from that score, it says they've got cash or solvent. So again, revenue, they've got almost $6 billion in revenue, $2 billion in profit. But their net income is negative $49 million, earnings negative 1.7. They've only got $49 million in cash, $2 billion in debt. So, and most of their debt is long-term debt. And all their cash flow is negative. So again, it's it's a concern. It's a turnaround story. It's a recovery story, and it doesn't look like they're going to recover. It looks like it's going to take a year or more for them to recover. So in the near term, the outlook's very negative. Longer term, if they can turn it around, become profitable again, then the outlook would be pretty positive. Okay, so given all of this initial due diligence on Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG, what are our opinions as to is Big Lots stock, ticker symbol BIG, a good stock to buy now? And again, this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. But again, this is our opinion based on our initial due diligence in this video. Is Big Lots stock a good stock to buy now? Well, we saw that Big Lots is currently unprofitable. They're losing money currently, which was a little bit surprising. A reason why we like to do these due diligence videos before we consider buying a stock is we learn things, and it helps us not buy a stock that's not in a good position. And Big Lots was one that we had an attractive thesis for. They're a discount store. We know about these supply chain mismatch issues that some of the other retailers are having, and we thought that could be a good opportunity for Big Lots to scoop up this mismatched merchandise from other retailers cheap and sell it at a nice profit. I've got experience with these types of discount stores and how they purchase, and I thought this was a good opportunity. But again, during our video on doing this due diligence, we found out they're currently losing money. Their profitability is very poor. Their financial health is not currently great. Their growth prospects aren't great. They're cheap, but now we see why they're cheap. Is currently they're losing money. Recently, they had a merchandising problem. They let go their merchandising officer, and they're looking for a new person. So, again, based on all of this and our other due diligence, again, we had a pretty good thesis for buying into Big Lots, and our due diligence has convinced us that now is not the best time to buy into Big Lots. We would like to see a turnaround. We would like to see them become profitable. Also, given the current recessionary and high inflation environment, rising interest rates, etc., there's some concerns, particularly the fact that they are unprofitable. So our overall general conclusion is, in terms of is Big Lots a ticker symbol BIG a stock to buy now? The answer is no, not for us. It's not a good stock for us to buy now going into a recession with high inflation, etc., rising interest rates, and the fact that they're currently losing money. We want to wait and see if they can turn it around and become profitable again. So we like the concept of Big Lots in general. And just to kind of give you some of my history with Big Lots, I've been a Big Lots customer for a very long time. I used to buy almost on a weekly basis when I used to have to go into an office. I bought a lot of things from Big Lots and the other discount stores, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. I would get everything I possibly could from the discount stores because I'm a cheapskate. So I want to get things as cheap as possible, stocks too. But when the pandemic hit and I started working from home, I don't go to Big Lots. In fact, we have only been there once post-pandemic, and we can kind of see that whole trend reflected in their stock prices. It bottomed out in the pandemic. It did have a recovery on reopening. And so they peaked out up in the 70s on the reopening, but then they've since been declining severely, and it's now actually near the pure pandemic lows. And again, they're losing money right now. Now it looks like it may be stabilizing here. We'll see. Does it stabilize? Do they stabilize their business? Do they become profitable again? If they can turn it around, and they may have a good holiday season. We saw they were pitching holiday merchandise pretty heavily. If they get their merchandise straightened out, get a new merchandise operator, get their company profitable again, then we'll take another look at Big Lots. But again, based on all that, again, right now, in terms of his Big Lots, ticker symbol BIG, a stock to buy now. Again, our opinion is no. Wait and see how they come through the recession, see if they can return to profitability. If so, then again, we would like the thesis, or it would be worth reevaluating, doing another due diligence on Big Lots and see if it would be a better buy in the future. So we see, they have done quite a bit better in the past, so there's plenty of upside opportunity. We just want to see them execute that turnaround, and so our conclusion is wait and see. We'll keep them in our database. We'll keep evaluating them. We'll see if they can turn around their profitability, and probably revisit this due diligence and do an update in the future. So keep an eye out. Hit the notify bell icon. Keep an eye out on our BeachBum Trading channel for an updated due diligence on Big Lots in the future. So what do you think of Big Lots? Do you think they're going to be able to turn it around? Is there additional data that we should consider? Please let us know what you think in the comments below, in our Discord and our Facebook group, via our social media contacts, etc. And let us know, do you think is Big Lots a good stock to buy now, or wait, or avoid altogether? And if so, why? So we hope this all helps. Good luck and have a great trading day. The content of this video was produced by BeachBum Trading. We hope you will choose to also join us in the BeachBum Trading community and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us at our homepage at beachbumtrading.com, the bum without the U. Similarly on Twitter, BeachBum Trading, bum without the U. On Facebook and in our BeachBum Trading Facebook group. Please follow us on Pinterest and on Instagram. All of the links to our social media sites will be included in the description box below, and we hope you will choose to subscribe to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Thank you. We also cordially want to invite you to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, where we can have discussions on all topics related to trading, success in trading, investing, etc. You can see alerts when we make trades, changes to our watch lists, etc. So again, please join us in the new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server. You should be able to find a link in the description box below. You could also find a link in the social media category on our webpage, beachbumtrading.com, without the bum without the U, and also in the link section on the About page of our YouTube channel, etc. So again, we look forward to seeing you in the BeachBum Trading Community Discord server soon. Wave and say hello. BeachBum Trading also now has a site on Patreon. If you are willing and able to help support our efforts to produce all the content and help you achieve the financial freedom you want, deserve, to be able to live the BeachBum lifestyle or any other kind of lifestyle you would like, and you're willing and able to help support our efforts in these regards, we hope you'll choose to visit our Patreon page. You can get access to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, which is currently under construction, but you will get access to the Discord server by supporting us through Patreon. Again, this is all currently under construction, but you can see we just have the default levels, membership levels, but again, each level allows support, allows access to our Discord. We're also posting our trade positions initially in our Discord, and again, we greatly appreciate any support that you're willing and able to provide. So thank you for your consideration. Another way that you can help support BeachBum Trading and being able to produce frequent quality content for you for free on YouTube, etc., is in addition to subscribing to our BeachBum Trading channel, hitting the like button on our videos, and hitting the notify so you're alerted when we release further videos. You can also choose to show your support for BeachBum Trading with a super thanks, which you can find below this video. If you hit the heart with the $sign, the super thanks, again, you can financially support BeachBum Trading in whatever amount that you wish, and we greatly appreciate your support, and that will help us, again, be able to produce frequent quality content that we can provide for you and all your fellow BeachBum traders around the world for free on YouTube. So again, we greatly appreciate all of your support, and thank you very much. Thank you again for watching our video. We hope that you liked it. If so, please smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. Please share this video with your fellow traders and friends. And please give us your feedback and any recommendations for improvement in the comments section below. And let us know what else we can do to help you in your trading career. Thank you again, good luck, and have a great trading day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left-hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right-hand corner. And we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right-hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left-hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.